So last time we made our own UPI payment collection interface using an HMI display from Elecrow. So that was a really good project, but one thing was missing in that, because of which it cannot be used in actual vending machine, which is kind of my ultimate goal, and that thing is dynamic QR code. So in my previous video, if we scan that QR code, it asks us to enter the amount, later we can do the payment of that particular amount. But if you have ever used any vending machine, you must be knowing that when we scan the QR code on that vending machine, it gives us the fixed amount on our smartphone and we cannot modify it. So that's basically the dynamic QR code, and in this video I'm trying to build that thing. So basically the agenda of this video is to make my own UPI based vending machine in which we can choose the product and eventually it will generate the dynamic QR code through which we can do the payment, and in the end we'll also get the payment receipt via thermal printer. And we'll be making this project with the help of the 7-inch HMI from Elecrow. And the good news for all my viewers is that one of the lucky viewers will be getting this display for absolutely free of cost. I'll share more details about this giveaway contest by the end of the video. So now let me first make you familiar with this particular display by letting you know its specifications, but after this really short ad. So this video is sponsored by LTM, and we are all familiar with their secure collaborative design platform LTM 365. But let me tell you one of its really interesting features. So with the integration of Silicon Expert, now you can visualize all the important parameters of the components all in one place. Let me show you a quick demo. In LTM 365, let's go to the manufacturing part search option. Here, you can search for any component you want to use. Just click on Get Data from Silicon Expert and it will pull all the crucial parameters of the components in one place. Below that, you'll also see suggestions for alternative components along with the ratings on how well each one suits a direct replacement. Pretty interesting, right? And now if you're a student from India, well, LTM has launched LTM Student Lab, where you can sign up with your university email ID to get access to LTM 365 online courses and can even get certification directly from LTM. And this will definitely help your resume to stand out and will give you a great boost in your design career. Well, I'll be linking away all the important links down to the description, so be sure to check them out. Okay, so now let's talk about the amazing specifications of this board. So this board is powered by ESP32S3 chipset, which is clocked at 240 MHz, and it got built in 16 MB of flash and 8 MB of PS RAM on board. Now as it is ESP32S3, we can expect the built-in Wi-Fi and Bluetooth connectivity as well. Talking about the display, then it got a big 7-inch IPS display with 800 by 480 pixels resolution. It got 178-degree viewing angle and got a smooth capacitive single touch panel on top. Now talking about the interfaces, then it got a microphone on the top, a speaker port at the bottom, a SD card slot, 2 UART output ports, 1 UART input port connected to UART 0 of S3 chip, an I2C port, and a USB Type-C port. Later, it also got built-in battery connector, which means it got built-in BMS as well. Now the most interesting and unique feature of this board is its replaceable wireless module design. So here we get an additional slot in which we can insert any of these 4 modules to get additional wireless connectivity options respectively. This indeed is a really useful feature as it makes this single board flexible enough to be used in any of your projects or products. And also let me tell you, this wireless modules are not sold separately, rather you need to choose it while ordering this board from the website so that they can ship it together. So that was all about the specifications of this board. Now in case if you want to buy this display, well, I'll leave its purchase link down in the description, and let me tell you, this board is available in 2 variants, with acrylic casing and without acrylic casing, so you can buy it as per your need. So now after discussing about the specifications, let's learn how to use this display with Arduino IDE. Okay, so now to program this display using Arduino IDE, first we need to install the ESP32 boards package version 3.0.2. In my case, it's already installed, and this is the specific version recommended by this company for this display. After installing this particular boards package version, we need to install the supported library for it. And how to do that? Let me guide you. So you need to open up this drive link, which is attached in the description of this video, and from this drive link, you need to download 2 files. One is this ESP32 S3 120m.zip file, and second is the library advanced 7.0, as we are using this 7-inch display. So you need to download both this file. In my case, I already downloaded. After that, first let's just copy the library. So we'll go inside this library advanced 7 folder that we downloaded. I'll copy all the files from here. Later I will go to documents, into Arduino, and then into libraries, and here I will paste all the files. Now here, in case if it asks for replacing the files and the folders, well, I'll recommend to replace all the files, because this particular files and the library folders are the specific versions supported for this display. Okay, so with this we have successfully replaced all the libraries. Now the next step is you need to go inside the ESP32S3 120M folder that you have downloaded. You need to copy all the files and folders in this particular folder, and now you need to go to a specific path, and for that you can go to your local disk C, into users, and then into your username folder. Then here you need to go to app data. The folder might be hidden, so make sure you have selected the hidden folders visibility as on. Then into local, Arduino 15, packages, then into ESP32, into tools, then into ESP32 Arduino libraries, IDF. And here you need to paste all that file, and it will also ask to replace because this file already exists. So I'll just click on the replace button. So yes, as expected, it's asking for replace the file. So I'll select this and let them replace all the files. Perfect. So we are done with providing all the necessary files, libraries, and specific version for this display. And now we are good to go to upload our first sketch. Now for that, I'll go to Google Chrome and I'll go to this particular GitHub repository from Elecrow itself. Okay, I'll provide its link as well in the description. And this particular repository got a couple of example codes for this display. So I'll go into the example folder, then into V1.2, as we have the 1.2 version. We need the code for Arduino IDE, and here let's go for lesson 1, which has the basic example code, and this is about serial port printing. So I'll click on the raw button and I'll try to copy this code, and here inside my Arduino IDE I'll paste this code. So this is a simple code in which it will just print the hello world text along with the counter on the serial monitor, not even on the display. But by uploading this code, we can be sure that this Arduino IDE got support for all the libraries and boards package version for this particular display. So now let's have a look about which boards and configuration we need to select to upload it. So you need to select the board as ESP32S3 development module, or dev module you can say. After that, here inside the tool, you need to select the flash size as 16 MB. Later, you need to select the partition scheme as this one, huge APP. And later, you need to select the PSRAM as OPI PSRAM. After selecting all these things, you need to select the right COM port on which the board is connected with. And finally, you just need to hit the upload button. And now let's wait for the code to get uploaded. Okay, so the code is successfully uploaded, and if I open the serial monitor, and yeah, we are getting the hello world written here inside the serial monitor. So with this, we can be sure that everything is successfully installed into our system, and we are good to go to program this board to make our own projects. And before moving on to making our own project, let's just try to upload one more example code to test the touchscreen and display and stuff like that. For that, I'll take the example from the lesson 3. Let me show you. So here is the example code from the lesson 3 from that same GitHub repository. So I'll just open up the INO file, and here I'll try to directly upload this code. And in the meantime, the code gets uploaded. Let me tell you, this code is about having an on-off button on the display, and with the help of that button, by touching that button, basically we can turn on and off the LED on the display. Like we can connect the LED inside the display on the pin number. Let's say the pin number should be mentioned in the code itself. So yeah, here it is, pin mode 19 output. So on pin number 19, we can connect an LED and we can control that LED. So let's wait for the code to get uploaded, and later I'll show you if this works or not. Okay, so here the code is successfully uploaded on the display. We got the UI with 2 buttons and a lamp, and now what I'll do is I'll try to connect the LED on the back. So the GPIO 19 is nothing but the UART1 output port. So here I'll connect the LED, and now let's try to test it out. So yes, I'm able to control the LED with the help of the buttons on the screen. So yeah, this code works, and with this we successfully tested all the screen, uploading the code, touch, almost everything. And now let's move ahead and try building a UI for an actual vending machine using Squareline Studio. Okay, so now you first need to open up the Squareline Studio in your computer. Now it's available for both Windows and Mac, so you can install it in any of your system. Now this is a great platform to create UI for your microcontroller boards like the ESP32 without writing the complete code for it. Like you can design the complete UI graphically by dragging and dropping different widgets, stuff like that. Okay, so now after opening this Squareline Studio, here I'll select on create. After that, I'll click on Arduino and Arduino TFT ESPI. Now here you can change the project name if you want. I will change it to UPI. After that, you can change the project path as well. After that, I'll change the resolution according to the display, which is 800 by 480 pixels, and the color depth is 16-bit. That's pretty much it. Just click on the create button. It will create a blank canvas. Okay, and this is our new Squareline Studio project, and here are all the widgets which I can use it in my project, and these are the setting of all the widgets. Now before moving ahead with the designing the UI, we first need to click on file into project settings, and here we need to change three different things. First is the project export path. So you just need to provide a path where you can export all your project files. So I have selected the path as desktop new folder, so I'll select this folder only. And similarly, you need to define the path for the UI files. I'll select the same folder for UI files as well. Now here lvgl include path, you just need to type as lvgl.h, and that's pretty much it. Click on apply changes, and now you're good to go to design your own UI for your project. Now here the UI for this UPI vending machine project was having multiple screens and multiple widgets. So what I did is I already designed that UI. So let me open up that UI template and I'll explain what kind of widgets I added and what's the reason behind it. Everything I'll explain. So let me just open that file first. Okay, so here is the complete UI file for my vending machine that I have created. So in the first screen, what I did is I added an PNG image, like this is complete and background image I designed in the Photoshop, and I have just added one single widget, which is the button. Okay, and the label of the button says shop now, and I have also assigned an event to this button. So if I click on the button and scroll down here, as you can see, the event is as soon as the button is touched and released, we just need to change it to screen 2 with the animation of move top. Now in case if you haven't used Squareline Studio, well, these terms might be confusing to you, so I'll recommend you to watch out the other Squareline Studio based videos to understand this complete UI and the event and widgets, everything. Okay, so this video is particularly for all the people who are following the complete video series, so they know this thing much better. Okay, but anyways, I have given a task to this button, so as soon as the button is pressed, it will change to screen 2. So now let's just see what's there in the screen 2. So here inside the screen 2, again I have provided one image. This is the image with all the products and what you can say, the background color. Okay, and choose your product title. This is a complete image designed in Photoshop. After that, I've given the product name and the price here. This price is not the real price. This is a sample, or you can say the demo price for making our own UPI vending machine project. Okay, you can change the price later on as well. And here what we did is we also added a drop down widget to select the quantity of the product. As of now, we have just provided 4 different quantities, 0, 1, 2, 3. You can definitely change this as per your requirement. So for demo, 3 products with 3 different pricing and 3 different drop down menu for selecting the quantity. That's about the screen 2. And here also we have one checkout button, in which if we press the button, it will just change to the screen 3. So if I let you know what is in the screen 3, then in the screen 3, well, this is very simple. We have just provided a title, scan and pay, because we are expecting a QR code here. Now there is no such widget in the Squareline Studio to show the QR code, but we'll be adding that into the coding part. Okay, so there will be a QR code here, and here we have added a spinner just to feel like it is waiting for something. Okay, so it's like awaiting payment kind of thing. Okay, that's the spinner, and once the payment is received from this QR code, we'll just change it to the screen 4, which has nothing other than the background gradient which we have set from here. And here what we'll be doing is we'll be just printing successfully received, stuff like that into the coding part. So this is a 4 screen UI that we have developed, and if I click on the play button here, where it is. Okay, and now if I click on the play button here, and let me show you how this works. Then first of all, I'll click on the shop now button. It will change this to screen 2. I'll just select the quantity and I'll click on the checkout button, and now it will wait for the QR code and the payment. Okay, so that's the complete UI that we have designed. Now definitely we need to add a lot of logic behind it, like the UPI, the QR code, the ambiguity part in which it will come to know that payment is received or not, stuff like that I'll show you in the coding part. But as of now, the UI part is done. So what I'll do is I'll click on the export button and I'll simply click on export UI files, and this will export all the UI files of this particular project. And now let me show you how the UI file looks like. Okay, so this is how the UI file looks like, which we have just exported. So what I'll do, I'll just simply copy this, and now as you can see, there's no such .ino file which we can open directly in the Arduino IDE. So how we can open the Arduino IDE? Well, let me show you the process. So first of all, I'll take the example of the same code that we have used just now, the same code to turn on off the lamp, or we can say the LED. So let me just open that example code folder. So here is that example code, the big inch LVGL that we have just used. Now here in this particular folder, you need to delete all the files except these 3 files: the .ino file, the Lovian GFX driver.h file, and the pin configuration.h file. Other than these 3, just delete all the files and just paste the files that you have just copied, the UI file that we have exported. And with this, now we are good to go to open this INO file, and let's see what we get when we upload it into our display. Okay, so this is the complete code, and make sure it should open all the files one by one, like all the UI files. And yeah, I got all the UI files here. And now what I'll do, I'll just select the right board and COM board, and I directly hit the upload button, and let's see what I get on my display when I upload the same code without doing any changes at all. So yes, after doing all the configuration, selecting right board and COM board, I'll hit the upload button. Now let's wait for this code to get uploaded. Okay, so the code is successfully uploaded, and on the display, as you can see, we get the screen 1, welcome to techiesms store, with a button. Okay, if I click on this button with the animation, I get the screen 2, which contains all the product, and here I can select their quantity as well. Let me just try. I'll select quantity 2, here I'll select quantity as 1, and this as 3. Okay, so yeah, I have selected all these quantities, and if I click on the checkout button, I get the third screen without any QR code as of now, because we haven't added any logic in it. But yeah, the thing is, this basic UI that we have developed in the Squareline Studio works completely fine on the display. And now let's see how to write the logic to display the QR code and accept the payment, everything. Let me show you. Okay, so here is the complete code of the vending machine with all the logics already added. Now there were a lot of changes to be made, so I'm not showing you in real time about how to make the changes, but rather I'll show you what changes I have made, how we have generated the dynamic QR code, how we are checking the payment is received or not, how we are changing the screen, stuff like that. Okay, so most of the things are exactly the same that we have covered in our last video of creating the vending machine UI with the static QR code using the same Elecrow display. Okay, but there are definitely some changes. I'll let you know. So first of all, in the main INO, you need to provide the SID name and password of your Wi-Fi router, because it will need internet connectivity, and here you need to provide the Adafruit ambiguity credentials, because we are using the Adafruit ambiguity broker to receive the payment instruction or payment information from the Razorpay account, and later from the Adafruit ambiguity broker we'll be getting about how much amount is being received into our ESP32 board. So that's how the thing is working. Hence we need to provide this thing, what you can say, the details as well. And also we need to subscribe to a particular feed, which is feed/amount, on which we'll be receiving the actual amount received. So that was all about the MQTT and the Wi-Fi part, about how we are receiving the data information about the amount. But how we are generating the custom or the dynamic QR code, well, to check that, you need to go to this UI.c folder, which contains a lot of things. So let me show you one like step by step. So first of all, what we are doing is as soon as the user selects the quantity of the particular product, where we are saving that quantity, later we are multiplying the quantity with the price of the product, which is already defined here, 1, 2, 3. That's the demo price. So with this, we'll be able to see or able to get the total amount of the complete order placed by the user that we are storing in this particular variable. After that, we are creating a string total amount which will be printed onto the display. And after that, we are also kind of making the item summary kind of thing, which will be displayed just near to the QR code about which item and how many quantity of that item is been selected by the user and what's the total amount of the order. Now, talking about generating the QR code, particularly for the Razorpay payment gateway, well, you need to have the data in this particular format, which will be later converted into the QR code. And if you can see, the last term is called as AM, which is nothing but the amount. And in that AM, we need to provide this specific amount, and with that data, it will generate a dynamic QR code of exactly the same amount. So that's the difference between a static QR code and dynamic. In the static QR code, you will not find the last term AM, while in the dynamic QR code, you need to provide the term AM with the particular amount. And here also, as you can see, we are providing the amount as %D, which is nothing but the total amount. So whatever the total amount of the user relatively provided here, and based on that, we are generating the QR code and it will be printed onto the display. And now here we will be waiting till the amount is received, and that logic is provided again into the main.ino file. Let me show you that as well. So for that, we are waiting for the data to be received from the MQTT topic, which we already discussed. So once we received the payment, we are fetching that JSON document, and out of the JSON document, we are just interested in the actual amount out of that complete JSON document, which will be stored here. Okay, and later after that, here we are comparing whether the received amount is equal to the expected amount or not. Well, in case of dynamic QR code, we do not need to check it because we cannot modify the amount into our UPI payment application. So this is not necessary, but yeah, that's the logic. And once we are sure that the amount is received, what we are doing is we are just changing the screen to the screen 4, and we also be printing the invoice with the help of this function. Now, if I let you know what's inside this function, then here what we are doing is we are kind of prepared the exact same item summary kind of thing, but this time with the term payment received. So it's kind of a payment receipt that will be printed via thermal printer attached with this particular display at the UART port. Okay, so this will also be very convenient. We won't only get the confirmation on the display, but we'll be getting a hard copy of what item we have ordered, how much amount we have paid. So it actually looks like a vending machine. So that kind of thing we have added here as well, like a thermal printer. So we'll be getting the payment receipt, and after that, what will happen? Let's just check it out. So after printing the thermal invoice, we are changing the screen to what you can say screen 1 after the interval of 10 seconds. So it will again go back to page 1, and we can do shopping for our next order. Okay, so that's kind of a sample or the demo interface we have created for our UPI based vending machine with the dynamic QR code. So I tried to explain this thing like all the important terms here, but definitely to go into the detail about how each and everything is working, how we are getting the data from the Razorpay to the Adafruit to this, you need to watch out the complete series. Okay, so yeah, now that was all about the code, and now what I'll do, I'll just select the right board and COM port with all these specifications, and now I will just hit the upload button, and after that I'll let you know if this works or not. Let's wait for it. Okay, so the code is uploaded and we got the UI, but before testing it out, we'll first connect this thermal printer with this display at the UART port. So let me show you. So we'll connect this at the UART1 port of this display, and yes, we are done. We have powered this thermal printer separately with the help of the power adapter, and this thermal printer is also available on our store. So if you want to try this out, you can buy it from our website. Okay, so now let's just try to do a sample payment, and let's see if this works or not. So here I'll just click on shop now button, and I'll just select single quantity of each product. Okay, one quantity each, and click on the checkout button. And now as you can see, we got the item summary, one Xiao ESP S3, one microphone and one amplifier. Total amount is ₹6, and this QR code should be of amount 6. So let me just verify it by scanning it through the UPI application. So this is an UPI application. As soon as I scanned it, as you can see, I got the QR amount 6, but here as you can see, I cannot modify it at all. So that's the power of dynamic QR code. So we cannot change it. We cannot change it to 5 or maybe 7, nothing. So now let me just pay it and see how we are getting the receipt and everything. So I'll just do the payment. Okay, so I entered the PIN and the payment is done. Amount received 6. And we got the receipt as well, so let me just check it out. So this is the receipt which says which shows all the item summary with the total amount of payment received as well. Thank you for shopping. It was so quick, I guess 1 to 2 seconds, and it was done. And here on the screen, as you can see, we are back to the page 1, and now we can click on the shop now button and again start our shopping once again. That's the UPI vending machine interface with the dynamic QR code. So that was all about our own UPI-based vending machine interface with dynamic QR code. And now we are left with just one thing, which is the mechanical part of the vending machine. Now I'm not good at the mechanical part, so maybe I'll ask someone who is good at this to build the complete mechanical structure of the vending machine, and later I'll use the same interface which I developed in this video to make the complete vending machine of our own. So make sure to subscribe to the channel if you don't want to miss out that final episode of this complete series. And yeah, now it's time to announce the giveaway contest. So yes, one of the lucky viewer will be getting the same Elecrow 7-inch HMI display which we have used in this particular video for absolutely free of cost. And to participate in this giveaway, well, the steps are really very simple. So in this video, you have seen that we have made one project of UPI vending machine interface using the display, but definitely there are a lot other projects that can be made with this. So now you just need to comment below, like, if you get this display, what kind of project will you be making with it? So just comment your project idea below. And yes, of course, you need to like the video and you need to be subscriber of our channel to be eligible of this giveaway. So by just following these 3 simple steps, you are in the giveaway contest. And now after 10 days, we'll be selecting one lucky viewer from the comment section randomly, and we'll be giving away this display to that subscriber for absolutely free of cost. So do share your project idea and I'll wait for your comments. And yeah, with that being said, I'm just ending this video here, and now just wait for my next video. Until then, explore, learn, share with me, techiesms.